Thank you so much for practicing beginner's yoga with me. I love sharing this practice to people who have never experienced it before. So in this class, we'll give you the basic foundation that you need for all yoga classes. So take a moment to just stand at the top of your mat with your feet rooting into the ground. Draw your shoulders back. And just remember the great quote of Lao Tzu, that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. Thank yourself for taking that first step today and making it onto your mat. We'll begin by learning the breath. Take a moment to draw awareness to your breath. Simply noticing the inhale and noticing the exhale. Just notice by bringing your hands to your belly how you can deepen the breath, taking the breath out of the chest and bringing it right into the diaphragm, into the center of your belly. And allow this breath to be deeper. Relax your shoulders down and back, adjust your head, making sure that you find the length in your spine. Take a huge inhale and then exhale out of your mouth. Again, breathing into your whole body. Exhale out of your mouth. Another slow breath out of the mouth, making a sound. Again, breathing in, exaggerate the sound of the exhale, prepping us for Ujjayi breath. Feel all of the air squeezing out, and then breathe in again. This time, breathe out of your nose, constricting the back of the throat for that first Ujjayi breath, making that same sound. Breathe in, out of the nose, breathe out. Practicing this breath just standing. We call this victorious breath, as it allows us to create victory over our minds. This simple technique of watching the breath is what ancient yogis have done to clear the mind, to de-stress, and to tap into your higher self for centuries. Draw your hands to heart center, close your eyes. And just take a moment to thank yourself, thank this practice, the wisdom and the truth. Then we'll come into our first pose, mountain pose. So we're going to keep that same breath that we were doing, victorious breath. Roll your shoulders back, press up through the top of the head. And although it might seem simple, this is actually a very complicated pose because you want to feel the length from the top of your head. Imagining there's a steel rod from your heels right through the center, pressing up to the sky. Slight smile on your face, just like the Buddha. Reach your arms up, breathe in. And then exhale slow and steady. Draw your hands down through the center line as you dive forward. Keep your back nice and flat and then bend, widening your feet. Take hold of opposite biceps and just rock from side to side. For our first nice deep forward fold. Notice any tightness in the back of the hamstrings, the shoulders and the hips. And take your hands to your shins and press the crown of the head forward. Extend slowly onto all fours, drawing your knees back, your palms to the ground, and you stack as you draw your right leg back. And then draw slowly the left leg to touch the right. High plank position, pressing through the top of the head, out of the heels. Feel the strength in your body. This is the same pose as we were doing, Tadasana. Slowly keep your hands and the feet the same as you press the tail to the sky for your first downward dog. And it's okay if you feel that you're rounding forward in your shoulders. See if you can simply adjust to this by bending your knees and then press your chest towards your thighs, allowing your spine to become longer. Draw your shoulders back into the sockets and just breathe here. Pressing the tail to the sky, heels pressing towards the earth. And if you can start to straighten your legs. But the straightening of the legs is not necessarily the most important. The most important is that your spine is long and straight. When you're ready, you're walking forward to the top of the mat. Lift your hands to your shins and lengthen your spine all the way flat. And then exhale, deep forward fold. Roll up your spine, take your time, lift your arms up. And then exhale, draw your hands to the center line. Take a moment to draw your hands to your low back, hug your elbows in. Scoop your tail forward, and then imagine there's a little string on your chest as you lift your chest to the sky, opening into a nice back bend. And then exhale, come back to center. It's so important that we bend backwards as we bend forward almost 3,000 times a day. Yogis believe that bending backwards actually lengthens your spine and allows you to become younger biologically. I believe it. People tell me I look young all the time. Reach your arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, slow and steady, draw your hands down to the center line. Take a moment. And then we're finding our balance. So you're rooting in your right toes, your left leg extends long behind you. Keep your hands to the center line. Start to bend your front right knee as you step back for warrior one. Draw your back foot 45 degrees to the floor. Maybe even move your right foot to the right, just so that you find a nice sturdy balance. So your left foot is all the way to the left side of the mat, back foot at 45 degrees. Front toes are facing forward, square your hips forward, and then bend deeply to make that right angle. You're feeling the big stretch on your left front hip, and then the arms float to the sky. Relax your shoulders into place, look slightly up. Keep your jaw relaxed, your face relaxed, fingertips pointing in towards each other. And feel this foundation of this warrior one. Breathe. Keeping that long, deep Ujjayi breath. Feel yourself sinking down and rising up at the same time. Another slow breath. As you exhale, find your balance as you step to the top of the mat. Take a deep breath in, lift up, standing vinyasa. Exhale, dive forward and down. Vinyasa means breath with movement. Interlace your biceps. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then roll it up. Hands to the low back, hips forward, chest to the sky. Squeeze the elbows in. And then exhale, come back to center. To the other side, breathe in. Exhale down through the center line. Root your left toes and start to draw your right leg back. Slowly extending, balancing as you bend your left knee. See how slow and how graceful you can extend that right foot back. Landing right in your position, back foot 45 degrees. Move the left foot to the left if you need to, so you have a nice wide stance. This foundation allows for you to create balance. Draw your right hip forward, press the knife edge of the foot to the floor, and then sink into the practice. Scoop your tail, press up from the top of the head, and feel yourself lifting up and sinking down. Your arms float up as you relax your shoulders back, finding a little smile on your face as you feel the security of the structure, the foundation of the pose supporting you. You feel the length, the strength, and the stability that you create within yourself. Don't forget to breathe. Those deep breaths through the nose, out of the nose, allowing your mind to rest in the posture, allowing your mind to rest in the breath. Excellent. Draw your hands to the center line. Shift your weight forward into the left foot. Gracefully step to the top of the mat. Standing vinyasa, toes touch, reach up, breathe in. Exhale wide as you dive all the way forward and down, opposite biceps. Shake it, yes, shake it, no. And then roll up the spine, hands to the low back, hips forward, chest to the sky, breathe. And then exhale, slow, come back to center. Moving on now to tree pose, which is one of my favorite postures. It's great for balance. Root your right toes and draw your left foot to your ankle, your hands to the center line. Or see if you can take your foot anywhere that feels comfortable on the front leg. If this is easy for you, you can draw your foot up a little bit higher on the calf. It's okay if you fall, have fun, laugh. We all lose our balance at different points in our lives. So have no harsh judgments on yourself. Simply use this pose as an observation platform. keep pressing your leg into your calf or into your thigh. Keep your hands to heart center. Focus on your breath. Focus on rooting down and lifting up. Feeling the stability in your body and your mind. Feeling the center of your core strong. Release back to center. And just shake it out. Laugh if you want. If you fell, that's okay. And here we go to the other side. Again, you're rooting in your left foot. Draw your right foot to your ankle or up a little bit higher. Anywhere that feels comfortable and within your safety range. You can use your toes as a kickstand if you need. We'll explore a more deep variation in different videos. Again, it's okay if you wobble. It's okay if you fall. Let it pass. Observe the self. And then move back into the posture, finding stability. Again, imagine that silver cord from your heel out of the top of your head. Your palms are to the center. One more breath. And nice and slow. Thoughtfully begin to release. Shake it out again. Smile as you lift up your arms to the sky. Exhale again, you're diving forward and down to that deep forward bend, nice stretch. Hands to the opposite biceps, bend your knees, plant your hands, and step back again to all fours. Line up your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees, making sure that you have proper alignment here. Rounding your spine, press the shoulders to the sky, big stretch. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up, spread the collarbone. And then exhale, round shoulders to the sky, breathing out. Moving like this is called cat-cow, look up. Exhale, cat, rounding your spine, stretching your rhomboids. Again, squeeze, lift, open your spine, smile. Exhale, press and round. Flowing through this movement, come back to center. And take your time. We're learning our push-up. Keep your knees down, bend your elbows, and come all the way to your belly. Flatten your feet one at a time. Slow and steady until you're all the way in prone position on the floor. Plant your hands a little bit further in front of you and squeeze your elbows in. Press the ground away as you lift up for baby cobra. And then exhale, come to the ground. Again, this time you're lifting up a little bit higher. Breathe in. And then exhale, come down. Again, lift up. This time, straighten your arms a little more. Feel that big stretch in your back. And then nice and slow. Just hold it here. And then come back to all fours. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Tuck your toes, nice and gentle. And then lift into that same downward facing dog. The knees lift, tails pressing to the sky. You can start to straighten your legs. Most important is that your spine is nice and long and the chest is pressing towards the thighs. So if you have tight hamstrings, your knees will be really bent here, and that's okay. Give it time, and everything will open. Just as a flower blossoms, your practice will blossom too. Come back to all fours for a nice twist. Reach your right arm to the sky. And then exhale, thread the right arm through, lowering the ear to the mat. Your left arm is based like a push-up as you press the ground away, twisting and opening into your right shoulder. Don't forget that deep breath as you release to center, switching sides. Exhale, thread your arm through the hole. Left ear is to the mat, right arm is pressing the ground away as you twist open to the side. Feel your shoulder blade opening, your ear to the ground. When you're ready, release back to the center. Take a moment and then make your way into a nice seated position. The top of the mat, cross your ankles and rest your hands on your knees. For Sukhasana, twist. Take your left hand to your right knee and look behind you, working deep into the spine. Again, working into that youth. The fountain of youth lies within you. Come back to center, twist to the other side. Using breath to oxygenate your cells, to increase the antioxidant as you reduce the free radicals through your breath. Twisting all of the air out, and then come back to center as you breathe in. Your thumb and your index finger connect. Take a big breath and exhale, let everything go. Breathe in. Feel all the stress, all the tension melting out of your body. Again, breathe. Fullest, deepest breath of the day. Exhale, let all the stress go. Draw your hands to heart center. Smile and thank yourself for giving this yoga thing a try. For being open to this practice. Bow forward to the blessings that it brings into your life. If it's the first step or the 10,000th. Thank you for joining me.